Welcome to the D times 2 podcast, hosted by sisters Denise and Debra. We are all about finding balance in the various parts of life. Using the wheel of life as our guide, we explore how to keep each spoke rolling smoothly. We discuss health and wellness, education and spirituality, as well as mental and emotional growth. Join us for real conversations, practical tips, and a few laughs as we share stories, insights, and strategies to help you create a life that feels balanced, purposeful, and designed by you. Funny story. Go.
So this past weekend, Tom and I we went camping by a reservoir. And one of my things was I wanted to be at the reservoir so I could go on my paddleboard in the water. And I had gotten Tom like a 2-seater pool float. And he wanted to go in the water too, but he was all kerfluffled because he didn't have a paddle. So I hooked my leash from my paddleboard onto his float, and I paddled him all around that reservoir.
Oh my God.
Well, he just lazed around on his float, but there's like a mesh thing where you sit. So he was like in the water a little bit, and there's a little cutout where he could put his feet in the water. So he was in the water, at least partially, for most of the time. And I was on top of my paddleboard working as I hauled his 250-pound body around the lake, and he couldn't figure out why I was sweating. And it was really something. So I had fun, but I worked pretty hard. And it was so funny to me how many people stopped us and they were like, that is such a genius idea. And I thought, we are like the living example of the Redneck Yacht Club. It was pretty funny.
That is funny. He was living his best life. And
He
you were
was.
working so hard.
And I was trying to make sure I got, not burned or anything. And his belly is pretty red because he was just lays back with his hands behind his bed and full body to the sun the whole time.
Well, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. You guys had a good, relaxing weekend. Had a good time.
Yeah, it was fantastic. We were unplugged most of the time, so we got like a technological reset, really nice weather. I took very good food for us. So we had like steak and shrimp and asparagus, good food.
Fancy camping.
But we cooked it on the grill. So, it was nice. Good time together. Yeah.
Today, Debra, I would like to just find out a little bit more about you so that our listeners can get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
I've known you for a long time.
You've known me your whole life.
My whole life. So tell us about where you are in your life. What are you doing with your life, and what kind of got you to where you are?
Well, I'm not going to start there. So where I am in my life, I am coming up on a birthday. I'll be 55 this year.
Woo,
so,
55.
I'm officially middle-aged. I feel like I'm still, early 20s, but middle-aged. Married to my husband for 15 years, going on 16 years. He has 2 children, so I have 2 stepchildren who are adults, and they both have children. So I have a couple of grandchildren, but we in our home, it's always just been he and I, because his kids were old enough to be not in our house when we got married. So we've always been empty nesters. He always has had a pretty physically demanding job since we've been married, and I have changed courses a couple of times. All my life, I was in healthcare. I planned from the time of like 8 years old on becoming a chiropractor. Partway through my education, I diverted to go to massage school and be a massage therapist so that I could kind of work and put myself through chiropractic college, but in a compatible field. Come to find out, you can't really do that.
Chiropractic college is a little bit demanding.
It's pretty demanding,
yes.
Yeah. So I did massage therapy, and then I finished my pre-education for chiropractic college, started chiropractic college, and realized pretty quickly that even though I love the field, I believe in it, I love natural health, it wasn't the course for me to pursue. So I withdrew and then kind of thought, now what? And I reverted to doing massage therapy and also went back to school thinking I'd get a degree in something else. I have
We're a massage therapist for for several years, right?
I was so off and on, but like I would do it and then I'd go to school and then I'd do massage and then I'd go to school. So I have like a lot of education with a lot of different emphasis, but I always reverted back to massage therapy and healthcare. And I worked with Dad in his clinic. So I did different types of exams and different, like I did x-rays, x-ray tech work. And then after I got married and moved away and couldn't work with Dad anymore, I started doing massage, but I really was burnt out on it physically. It's a great field, but
it's pretty demanding on your body.
Yeah, I really just felt like I had kind of worn my joints out. So I just got a job. And the job that I got was in the death care industry.
Oh, you went from one end to the other, didn't you?
Completely one end to the other. So it was with a national cemetery and funeral company. And I worked in the cemetery end of the business for a while and then got a pretty hefty promotion into the funeral side of things. And it was great. I loved the people. I loved this, it's a necessary service that's provided. Mm-hmm. And you can really be there for people in their time of need, the hardest time of need. But my heart was not in death care. It was in healthcare. So after, I don't know, it was probably 7 years or so I was there, I resigned. I sound like a quitter. I resigned from this, withdrew from that, but ultimately it takes me where I'm supposed to be. I ended up working in a hospital for a while until we moved to Idaho, and then Dad convinced me to help more people by doing what I'm doing now, which is live blood analysis and nutritional coaching. Professionally, I do that right now. It's my own business. I try to keep it mostly to part-time. And I've talked before about how, I schedule it so that I have specific time off during the month. And then I work really hard when I do work. And I feel like I help a lot of people. In fact, you asked where I am in life. This week I'm celebrating graduating a couple of my child clients.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I feel like it's such a great win because a lot of people I work with are older. They've had a lot of problems for a long time, but when I can work with younger people, so one of these is a 5-year-old boy who had just turned 4 when I started working with him, and the other one is a 12-year-old boy, and I worked with them for about a year. One of them had significant skin problems where everything would flare them up all the time.
Like eczema type stuff? Or just
eczema, but
or...
also different kinds of rashes and bumps, just different, it would present differently. Mm-hmm. So we did a lot of internal healing and external avoidance and removal of things. And then the other one, no matter what, whenever he ate, he had serious stomach pain. So he was to the point where he just never wanted to eat anything. He was terrified to eat anything. The 5-year-old, no more skin issues. He's been able to reintroduce pretty much every food. He's doing great, in a clean way, not a junk food way, but in a clean way. And he's thrilled. And then the other one, he still doesn't want to eat any gluten because he's scared of it a little bit. He doesn't want to have any of that pain come back. And I advised him on ways to try it and, different things, but he's totally happy. He feels like he can do what he wants to do. He's got all the energy. He's no longer pale and gray, sickly looking. He's just the picture of health. And his mom is
so grateful.
She's so grateful. And she's like, I also feel like you've taught us enough tools where if he does have a flare up, we can get him out of it in a hurry and get him reset.
That's awesome.
So I spend a lot of my time doing that and then just living my life with my husband, Tom. Every once in a while I play grandma, but my grandkids live in a different state. So
it's so hard when they live far away, isn't it?
Yeah. I have a new one because my one stepdaughter is in the process of adopting a little boy. She's had him since birth, but I haven't gotten to meet him. She wasn't it wasn't anything we were expecting. Mm-hmm. So I guess technically I have 3 grandkids now, but he's not official yet. Never beat a dead horse. that saying has been around for a long time for a reason. People that are drinking energy drinks all day long just to stay functional, that's what they're doing. They are beating themselves up like they were a dead horse. We got to stop doing that. The only energy drink that I recommend to my clients is Update. It's clean energy without caffeine, so you don't have jitters and chaos and like the problems that caffeine causes in the body. And it also helps to give you focus and a clear mind. It's really the one I use and the one I recommend. To get a discount off of your order, go to drinkupdate.com and use the code DX2. That's D times 2. That's us. So drinkupdate.com, and then the code for your discount is DX2.
You said you feel like you quit a lot of things. You sound like a quitter.
I didn't say I feel like it sounds like a quitter. Yeah.
Yes. Some people, I think, might feel like their life sounds like that too. Like they go from one job to another, to another, to another. Yet each job is fulfilling and they play a good role in it and they learn a lot.
Right.
Do you feel like that was your experience moving from education to education and job to job? Do you feel like that? Like you learned a lot and could contribute? And
absolutely. Yeah. Like I know, so at each job I was in, let's go to the death care field. Like I didn't know anything about the cemetery industry.
That's not a wide one to know about.
Yeah, but it's universally needed, right? So I didn't know about it, but I understood people and I understood business and, that kind of thing. So when I started, I felt like a fish out of water. But very quickly, I learned what I needed to learn and I was able to help them see how to implement different things because of my previous experience that they never would have had exposure to without me being there. So I made a difference for them, but they also made a difference for me.
Nice.
And the people, like sometimes it's just the association of the people. Like some of those people there are still some of my best friends. And one of them, she was my assistant there. I've tried to convince her to quit. And she is not a quitter. She has been there for over 20 years.
Wow.
And she's doing exactly the same thing she was doing when she started. So she doesn't feel like she has had any growth and just every day is Groundhog Day for her. So when I think of that kind of thing, and then my thing where sometimes I quit something to move on to something else, whether it's bigger or not, or better or not, it ultimately is better for me.
Yeah.
So I would rather change course than stay stuck in a deep, deep rut without any exposure to different people or different ideas or different ways of doing things.
So some people really enjoy that career track where you stay with the same business for 20 plus years. And there are people in my life that are like that. They could go do something else, but they're comfortable enough where they are and like it well enough. Like the pain point isn't big enough to make them change jobs. And then there are people like you and I who like to move around to different things and think the job is not as important as the people.
For sure.
Like you said you were in the funeral business, you helped people and could help, comfort them and help them through that really trying time in their life. As a massage therapist, you helped people.
Right.
As the nutritional coaching that you do and the live blood analysis you do, you get to help people. That's really satisfying for a lot of people. I think both of us find great satisfaction in being able to help others.
Yeah. Also, part of it too, like with this switching of things, sometimes I feel like I've done everything I can do here. I've grown all that I can grow here. What's next?
Right.
So even if you are in a single career track for your whole life, staying with the same company, usually there's an avenue for growth.
Yeah.
Usually there's an avenue for broader reach or broader exposure to something.
Yes.
And if that's the case, great, because that's still continued growth, just in on the path that you love. Nothing wrong with that, but I feel like there should be some sort of growth or some sort of learning, because otherwise you just stagnate.
Yeah. No matter what you're doing in your life, there should be some kind of growth. Yeah.
I want to talk to you about my ice cream I have almost every night for dessert. I started making it about 6 months ago with some of my very favorite protein powder. It's from Equip Foods Prime Protein, and it's one of the safest, cleanest doctor-formulated protein powders that helps to build muscle and shred fat that won't leave you gassy or bloated. That's one of the problems I have with other kinds of proteins. Anyway, it's 100% grass-fed and finished. I make my protein out of their chocolate and their peanut butter. So it's my amazing peanut butter chocolate protein ice cream. It helps me meet my protein goals and taste amazing. To get a nice discount, go to equipfoods.com/DX2 to get 30% off of a subscription order or a nice 15% discount off of a one-time order. You'll love it.
That's your work kind of history. What about your history?
I'm watching you thinking, I think I know where you're going with your question.
Your health journey has been very different from mine.
Yes.
And I've actually been a great benefit of that because you've helped me a lot. But tell us a little bit of whatever you want to share about your health journey.
I mean, I could go back to the very, very beginning, but like when I was young, I had some like issues with eczema.
Oh yeah, she could never do the dishes because she couldn't get her hands wet.
That's why it worked to my benefit in some areas because I didn't have to do the dishes, but also I was cracking and bleeding on my elbows and on my hands, and it was painful.
Yeah.
So, from way back, and that was when I was a child, like I was 7, 8 years old. I had to dry the dishes and put them away, but I didn't have to wash them. But I had to become aware of how things affected me. But still, like I wasn't smart enough, didn't know enough, or didn't look enough. I was pretty young to pinpoint a cause for that. But then over time, I started really, like from 7th grade on, I feel like I started to struggle with my weight. Like I was in a family with 2 healthy parents, healthy siblings. I mean, there were a lot of us, and everyone was like normal, healthy weight. And then there was me, who was always a little bit chubby. So I felt like I didn't fit in. Mm-hmm. But also, I didn't really know what to do about it. And like, I don't know if I should share this or not, but I will. It's a core, distinct memory for me when I was starting 7th grade. And in my bedroom upstairs, I was asked, are you going to keep growing? Are we going to have to keep buying new clothes for you?
In 7th grade?
In 7th grade.
Yeah, you're not done growing.
And that was my thought is, well, I'm still growing. So yeah, I think we probably will. But the insinuation was, are you going to keep putting on weight? And are we going to keep having to buy big clothes for you because you're getting heavier? And I just, did what I could do. And most of it was try not to eat that much and just do what my siblings were doing because that was keeping them healthy. There were times like Mom took me with her to go to this diet group or that diet group so that I could lose weight. So I always have had this feeling of my body is too much. No matter what I do, I can't get to a healthy weight. And there's something wrong with me because of it. I started looking for answers on my own. And through the course of my education, which was diverse and varied.
Very vast. Yes.
I will never forget taking nutrition at BYU. And I hated the class so much that I stopped going. I hated it. I felt like it was not at all correct information. But then I stopped going, so I had to retake the class so that I could get the grade. And then same thing happened. I just couldn't stomach it. What they were teaching, I felt like this is not leading anyone in a good path, but it's the accepted curriculum.
Right.
So ultimately, I took that class 3 times just so I could get a decent grade and it wouldn't kill my GPA. But I felt like I was getting a degree a letter grade in false doctrine.
Yes.
So anyway, for myself, because I just kept, I would stabilize and then all of a sudden I would gain 10 pounds and then I would stabilize and then all of a sudden I would gain 10 pounds, with no change really in lifestyle or behavior or intake or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So part of what I know now and part of the reason I'm able to help people I do now is just because of looking for answers for myself. So I looked at things dietarily, I looked at things chemically, like what I'm putting on my body, what I'm washing clothes with, just everything I could look at.
Mm-hmm.
And over the course of time, was able to piece things together enough for myself that I did lose weight. I did it in a healthy way. I lost ultimately over 120 pounds.
It was so awesome to watch you.
It was
and you felt good and you looked good.
I felt amazing. I felt like I could freely move in my body. Honestly, the description, I felt weightless. Nothing was holding me down anymore. And then I got exposed to some stuff.
Yes.
That made me very, very sick. And immediately I started putting weight back on.
Yeah.
And it was 10 pounds a month and then 10 pounds a month. And then I kept having recurring infections and recurring courses of antibiotics just to try to get that managed.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I feel like I'm a little bit in a battle with my body, but not trying to battle my body. I'm trying to work with my body because I'm heavier than I would like to be, but I'm still not anywhere near where I used to be. I feel like I can manage it and everything, but it's a struggle again at this point to get some of it off. But going through that time also, I went through menopause.
Yeah.
Which threw a whole nother wrench in the works.
Yeah.
So I'm dealing with, trying to manage that and the weight that people generally put on with that and then get off some of that. I call it, in my mind, it's the toxic weight from the exposure that I got and my body protecting me from it.
Yeah. Your health journey has been very long. It started
Decades.
Pre-internet.
Pre-internet, yes.
Now you can pretty much Google any information you want, but you had to go through a lot of things and learn a lot of things and search high and low, literally, to find answers to what was going on with you. But through that, you really have been able to help a lot of people.
Right. And that's, I say, that's honestly the biggest blessing of my journey is because I am my own most difficult case. Mm-hmm. I know enough and have learned enough to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that's that. And even if I'm never my perfect, whatever physical body is rewarding to me to be able to help others with their struggles.
Your perspective is a healthy perspective on that. Some people crawl into a deep hole, and maybe you have emotionally or mentally at times, you have been able to help people. And there's a saying that that goes like this: the obstacle is the way.
Ooh, yeah.
And sometimes people let the obstacle be in the way and they can't move forward. They can't get past the obstacle and they just keep running into it over and over and over. But you made the obstacle the way, and your life has been enriched and you've been able to bless other people because of that. So that's kind of fun.
Thank you for saying that. That gave me chills as you said that. And it reminded me, I left out one little big one point there, that at one point during my journey, it was about 3 years ago, I actually won a fitness competition.
It was so cool.
Yeah,
to see
it was a fitness transformation competition.
Yep.
And it was out of over 50,000 people.
Yeah.
And I was absolutely shocked when I got a phone call saying I was one of the finalists.
Yep.
That alone absolutely blew my mind. And then the final wasn't going to be for another 9 months.
Yeah, it took a long time.
So that was emotionally, mentally hard because I felt like I had to be absolutely perfect in that time.
Yeah.
but I didn't let it get the best of me. But I will never forget what I said on stage. I can't remember all of it, but the bottom line was, you are worth it. Keep going. No matter what, keep going. And that's my philosophy. Yeah, there have been times I'm absolutely frustrated.
Yeah.
There's times I get discouraged, but I cannot stop looking. I cannot stop trying. Like, I can't.
It's not in you to
It's
do
not.
that. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I'm worth it. And like, I'll tunnel under the obstacle. I'll go around it. I'll scale over it. Like, I'm going to find a way. And there may be different ways or different diversions, but I'm going to keep going forward on the path.
Determined.
Stubborn, determined, tomato. Yeah.
But you have taught me something through observation, that living your best life, no matter what's going on, and looking for the good things in your life
Mm-hmm.
is more important than some other things, like your weight, or some hard relationships in your life,
Mm-hmm.
or your financial situation, or whatever it may be, or that you don't like your job. You can still be happy and find joy in life. You still have a good time.
For sure.
Why not?
Like, what you can have a miserable time or you can have a great time. Either way, we're going through it.
True.
So choose your attitude, and I choose happiness.
You choose to laugh.
I choose to laugh. I choose to, like, it's just, that's how I'm wired.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me because my husband likes to say he's neutral. He looks at things with a neutral perspective. But he really is pessimistic. Like, that's really what it is. And as we've been married, I try to encourage him to look for the positive and not just see the negative. And it's really cool to see him actively look for the good. You choose how you approach life.
Yeah. You choose your lens.
Yeah.
Whatever that lens is, you get to choose it.
Yeah. And we all have our challenges.
Yeah.
For me, it's been a very visible one with weight, because people can watch.
Right.
And I've even had people come to me, or they were referred to me for nutritional coaching. And they say, well, you're not like the picture perfect, stick thin person. And I just say, I'm not, but you also don't know where I've been.
True.
And that's the thing with everyone, whether it's a difficult marriage or financial ruin or a mental challenge or an emotional challenge. You don't know what people are going through.
Yeah.
But no matter what the challenge is, you choose how you approach it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm
Good
glad
words.
I've been a good example for you in that way.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to share with us about yourself? You like to read.
That's a lot. Yeah. Hobby-wise or no. Yeah.
You like to hike and be outside as much as possible.
I do like to be outside as much as possible.
Even when it's cold.
I don't love it when it's cold. That's why I'm thinking about building a solarium so that I can be technically outside and have the sunshine and not the wind and the snow on me, but I can technically be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like to be outside. I like to play. I like to do different things. I mean, we've talked, you and I go paddleboarding. You and I play pickleball. We don't usually go hiking together.
No, we don't.
But I do love to hike. I love to take walks. I like to read. And one of the things that's one of the biggest changes in my life is I still read all the time, but I'm audibly reading.
You're listening to Audible?
I'm listening to audiobooks. I don't use Audible very much. I use the library apps.
Oh, yeah.
Because free books, all of them, all the time. But I used to read all the time. And now I try to protect my eyes because it's more of a challenge. So I listen to the books, and then I can do it while I'm doing other things.
I was going to say, you could do two things at once when you're listening to a book instead of just sitting there reading.
Yeah. So like the other day, I chose to go mow the front lawn because it needed to be done. It gave me a chance to be outside in the beautiful weather, and I listened to a book the whole time I was doing it.
You worked, you got sunshine, and you listened to a book. That's awesome.
Total multitasking, and it made me so happy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't like so much like, I'm going to say the traditional woman hobbies of like sewing and knitting and crochet. I admire them, but I don't like sitting still to do them. I would rather be doing something physically active.
You say traditional. I feel like that's more like our mom's era traditional things. Like, I honestly think if you're maybe 65 and younger, that's not really your thing. I know
but that's what I mean. But like historically, traditionally, those have been the hobbies for women.
Yeah.
And then the necessity of like cooking and that kind of thing. And like, I love to cook. I don't want to have to do it. And I don't want to do it that often. But I love to play around in the kitchen.
You do.
Yeah. And that, I mean, to me, that's part of it. Like, I experiment on myself. I try different things on myself. I experiment in the kitchen. Like, everything's kind of an experiment or a game or a puzzle.
Yeah.
So it adds interest for me.
If you had one piece of advice to give our listeners or anybody, what would it be? It can be two pieces.
I was going to say, I feel like absolutely that needs to be two things. Yeah. So I'm just going to go like professionally on a day-to-day basis. The one piece of advice I beg people to do, but it has an immensely measurable difference in their life, is to hydrate.
I was going to say drink water.
Drink water and use electrolytes with it because the water's not enough. But like proper hydration makes everything in the body work better. It makes your energy better. It makes detoxification better. Like, it is so stupid simple and practically free that I think a lot of people take it for granted. But even like going back to my weight, like that was the first thing for me. I was drinking a lot of water, but I wasn't using it. So hydrating, not just drinking water, is crucial. So that's like a physical piece of advice. My other one is just circling back to what we were just talking about of choosing to look at the good, choosing the happy, choosing the positive side of things rather than getting stuck in the negative spiral, because it's easy to see the negative and all the bad in the world, but look for the good and look for the good in others and point it out to them. Compliment people, tell them you like something, tell them you admire something, and then it has a cascade ripple effect from there. So it spreads good just by you looking for the good.
Beautiful. Two good pieces of advice.
Thank you.
Thanks, Deb.
That's all I got.
That's pretty good.
That's the best I've got.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Thanks for letting us get to know a little bit more about you. And
you're welcome.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Have a good day.
See you next time. Thanks for listening to the D times 2 podcast with Denise and Debra. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who's ready to roll toward a more balanced life. Your support means the world to us. And just a quick note, we're sharing our own experiences and ideas, not professional advice. Always do your own research and talk to a qualified professional before making big decisions. Until next time, keep your wheel rolling strong.